Hello, my name is Ruth Quiroga, and I'm an associate professor in the National College of Education at National Louis University in the Reading, Language, and Literacy programs. During this time of COVID-19 quarantine, school at home, there are many ways to access free digital books for children and adolescents, whether you attain them through your public library, your school, or even through a personal account on Epic or audiobooks. There's lots available. And it seems that a lot of digital reading is happening. Students are bored. Sometimes it's cold. However, more often than not, there's very little writing being done. This has been documented in research. A lot more attention is paid to reading than to writing. However, while your students are home, you can help boost their motivation to write in a variety of ways. And one of the best ways is to start with their favorite books, their favorite authors. Have them write a list down. See if you can find any of those titles in your house, or if you have them in your digital programs, and reread them together. Talk about why they're favorite. What makes them good? What does the author do? Be detectives. Read these mentor texts like writers, writing detectives, and record the ideas in an author's notebook, or have the students try to apply them to their own writing, which hopefully they're doing daily, even if it's just a journal, to capture their memories when they grow up. Does the author employ a great hook that keeps you reading? Does he or she describe the characters rather than tell about them through their actions, through their clothing, through their relationships? Can you visualize the setting because of the description, the time of day, the sunlight, the darkness? Can you feel through the tone of the book that it's scary, that it's exciting, that it's adventurous? Another thing you can do that's really motivating, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm on Zoom, as the whole world is right now. You can search for those favorite authors that your student has outlined and look for videos. So I typed in Jacqueline Woodson on writing. You could do an interview with Jacqueline Woodson. Narrow it by videos. Scroll down. What has she got here? She's got Reading Slowly Taught Me About Writing. So this was uploaded by TED, so it's probably for older students. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Jacqueline Woodson on the hardest thing about writing. This was uploaded by Literary Hub. And again, she shares that this one's more middle schoolish. Keep going down. Writers Speak to Kids. This is where she speaks directly to kids. It's only 3 minutes long. Can blow it up. And there's also the transcript here. So she talks about her own writing process. And this helps kids realize, wow, these wonderful authors are just like me. They have writer's block. It was very hard to get published. Camillo writes 2 pages a day in one of her interviews, and she leaves off work. She works early in the morning, and she stops working where it's a good place to pick up the next day. You learn so much. And so, in summary, let me share a little PowerPoint. Ways to motivate your writers at home. Focus on their favorite titles and authors first. Reread those as a writing detective. You read it as a writer, not just for reading's sake. You determine what makes the writing interesting and strong, and help your student imitate those ideas into their own work, or record them in a writer's notebook that they take with them wherever they go. Look for author interviews online or at teachingbooks.net. Teachingbooks.net has thousands and thousands of entries and video author interviews. That is the direct way to get into author interviews. Authors pronounce their names, and they have a free subscription right now. These are the direct links for students. There's children, teen, and teachers or parents. Again, they could watch multiple interviews, even authors reading their work online. And this is what teachingbooks.net looks like. Okay, so expand your students' reading so that you can expand their writing. So after you've worked with their favorite books first, what should you read next? This is a great site. You can either type this in or use the URL. And here you enter a favorite title, and it will search its database and give suggestions for a next reading. But one thing I think is extremely important as you search for titles of the next read is that children diversify their reading and read books written by authors of color who present main characters of color in accurate ways, and that we support these authors. And then there are other resources, and these are blogs, many of them, that you can follow and get daily digests. This is an extremely strong one. Debbie Reese reads the book and annotates it in her blog and teaches you how to do that yourself when you're reading and looking for accuracy. And finally, I didn't talk about this before. I saved the big punch for last. You as a parent need to be a writer yourself. Your students copy you when you read. They see you reading. They need to see you writing. If you write with and in front of your children, they will be passionate about writing. And when they struggle in high school, they'll come to you and you can sit with them as a guide on the side until you can release that guide on the side to help them write on their own, but they have to know that you can do it. So maybe during this quarantine, it might be fun to start your own writer's notebook, to record snippet of things you'd like to write about later, or to just simply pick up a journal and start writing again. It's therapeutic anyways. I hope that your family stays healthy and well, and that you enjoy both reading and writing with your students at home. Thank you.